Prepare yourself for a talk radio experience like no other.
Strap yourselves in and hold on.
He stands for truth. He stands for justice. He stands for what's right. This is the Alex Jones Show. Call Alex now, toll free, at 877-590-5525. Now live from Austin, Texas, here's Alex Jones.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. It is already Super Bowl Sunday, February 3rd, 2008. Well, we're getting ready for Willie Nelson to play the pregame. That should be interesting. But we will be here live for the next 2 hours to talk about three big subjects. The fact that there's no difference between the Republicans and the Democrats at the higher levels of the party, and Coulter endorsing Hillary Clinton for president. We've reported that Fox News basically runs their campaign along with the White House, but now it's in ABC News. And conservatives are now saying that if you're against Hillary, you are a liberal. Now, I predicted this. People couldn't believe it. They thought I was joking. The two parties are merging right now, and gun control, open borders, tax and regulation is now conservative. And most conservatives have, of course, gone along with this. They like the fantasy land, and that's why they're going to live in a depression. And the Democrats like their Democratic leaders as well. They like being part of the slave herd. We here are not slaves, and we're going to be exposing the election news coming up today. Also, in the second stack, I have a huge stack of important economic news here in front of me. And we have one of Morgan Stanley's biggest partners, who is in the top 20 financial advisors in the world, according to the New York Times, saying, this is a quote, buy a farm, buy seed, fertilizer, canned food, wine, medicine, and clothes, etc., for total economic collapse and absolute total depression. I'm not saying this is going to happen. I'm just saying it is a real possibility, and a lot of experts are saying it. Nobel Prize winners on economics we've interviewed, the father of Reaganomics we've interviewed many times, just countless others, people from inside the IMF and World Bank, and we have that stack of news here for you today. I understand the Super Bowl is very, very important. The Pats versus the Giants. Believe me, I'm allured by it myself. But unfortunately, I will not be watching the Super Bowl today. No, I'm going to be preparing my family for what there's a very good chance of. But don't worry, when you're in a depression, there's police in black ski masks everywhere running around, you're getting your forced inoculations, there will still be plenty of sports available. There always is. There was in Nazi Germany as well. So don't worry. You might just want to tune out now because you don't want to hear about serious issues. The Pats. Were they busy spying on and engaged in conspiracies, videotaping the other teams? That's impossible. There's no such thing as conspiracy. No one colludes, not football teams, not governments. Everything's fine. Don't treat the old and unhealthy, say doctors. Yeah, now they say just go ahead and kill them. And I have a big stack of New World Order news about the nanny state along those lines that we're going to be breaking down for you as well today. That's really the most important news that we're going to be covering, getting into this entire global dehumanization slave grid. We are also going to take a lot of your phone calls today, a ton of them. Terry in West Virginia, Mike in Washington, Florence in New York. The toll-free number to join us is 877-590-5525, 877-590-KLBJ, after our namesake, formerly owned by President LBJ, no longer. Here in Austin, Texas, the big talk station, Central Texas, News Radio 590 KLBJ, that we broadcast out of to stations like KCAA in San Diego, into Los Angeles, and stations like KCXL out there in good old Missouri, Kansas City, and fine stations all over the nation. So, again, we are honored to have you joining us today, and we will be going to your phone calls coming up here pretty quickly. Let me see. Should I get into economics now? The economic collapse, all engineered. Should I get into Hillary's good? If you don't vote for her, you're a communist. Or should I get into the control grid? I think I'll get into control grid later. fact, right now, let's just go ahead and get into this. ABC News reported yesterday, and we have the video clip up on truthnews.com, truthnews.us, and prisonplanet.com, and that is Coulter, I would vote for Hillary over McCain. And, of course, McCain and Romney are the two anointed ones. Probably end up with McCain. Vacations, hangs out with the Clintons, just like Clinton hangs out with the Bushes and vacations with them. Coulter, I will vote for Hillary over McCain. In case you missed it on Hannity and Combs last night, that's now 2 nights ago, controversial pundit Ann Coulter, who supports Mitt Romney for president, said she would back Senator Hillary Clinton, Democrat from New York, over Senator John McCain, Republican, Arizona. She's more conservative than he is, she said. She will be stronger on the war on terrorism. I will campaign for her if it's McCain. And it goes on to break that down. I remember discovering almost 8 years ago now, I keep saying 5 years, but a few years have passed, almost 8 years ago, right when Hillary got elected to the Senate, Rupert Murdoch had been quietly supporting her, advising her, having fundraisers for her. Roger Ailes, the head of Fox News, had been doing that. And that she was the anointed one from the beginning. We've been saying this, of course, now for 7 years. And now you see it unfolding. Now there's all these mainstream articles about the White House writing her speeches, advising her. She's a CIA operative hired with Clinton back in 1968. And this is a staged event. It's completely, absolutely, totally staged, as President Franklin Delano Roosevelt said in 1939 to a newspaper. He said that nothing serious in politics happens by accident. If it happens, you can bet and know that it was planned to happen that way. But let's not listen to that conspiracy theorist, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. I'm sure he knows nothing about these things. And let's not listen to conspiracy theorists either, even though the Patriots have paid fines and admit they did it. Didn't happen because no one can scheme and engage in corruption. There was no watching the other teams, and like Madden said, it's no big deal anyway. So, again, I'm learning myself. Just like CNN and Fox say there's no Trans-Texas Corridor, no NAFTA highway. It's on billboards and signs everywhere all over Texas and all the official documents. And doesn't matter. It doesn't exist. Just like inflation doesn't exist right now. I mean, I go get a hamburger at a hamburger place, and it's $12 with fries. Oh, there's no inflation. A year ago, it was $6. Oh, no, a Mustang that was $20,000 a year ago is $30,000 today. A house that was $500,000 is $1 million. 2 years later, no, there's no inflation. The dollar is great. Everything is honky-dory right here in the good old America. But I would ask all of the brain-dead fake conservatives that think that Bush passing the biggest gun control bill in U.S. history, signing it a month ago, people who think open borders and total amnesty is conservative, people who think this string of fake libertarians and fake Republican prostitutes up there selling you the New World Order are conservative, are you still drinking that Kool-Aid? That's the question I've got for you today. And I'm daring those that snivel and grovel around, scratching in the dirt, claiming that George Bush is good. Look, George Bush is bad. George Bush is a puppet. Hillary Clinton's a puppet. They're all a bunch of puppets of the big global corporations that have bought off our government and have used it as the personal cash machine to transfer trillions of our tax dollars right into their fat bellies. And if you don't wake up to that real soon, they're going to fully dissolve all the power Congress and the president has. It's almost already gone. Since 1995, 13 years ago. All the major deals on trade has been controlled by the World Trade Organization, handed over by our Congress. We're inside the world government. Coulter, Hillary is our girl. That is a disgusting quote. Kurt Nemo wrote a great story about this with hyperlinks to all the stories about how she's fully financed by the Republican Party at truthnews.us. But don't actually go read the White House saying she's good. I'm sure you haven't noticed that former Republican operative, neocon creature, Joe Scarborough, endorsing her on MSNBC. Oh, this is magically all happening by accident, isn't it? How many years have I told you we would see Hillary hailed by Fox News? So see, when I was attacking Clinton, I was a right-wing extremist. Then I attacked Bush. I was a liberal. Now I'm a hardcore commie because I'm against Hillary Rodham Clinton. Fine, you go ahead and go vote for her, you scum. Just remember, you're trash. We'll be right back. Stay with me.